Hi everyone and welcome back to PilotRc. Today, part 3 of the PilotRc Skywolf version 2, and we are now preparing to install the engine. In the box, as we talked about last time, there is a package full of wood hardware. So you have a bunch of templates. So I found the template for the 55 DLE and I cut the top and the bottom of it so that it fits inside here. And one of the most important things is that in the template you have a cross. That cross should fit with the cross that is behind my template. And the other thing is that you have a hole here. This hole will perfectly fit the hole in the engine mount. So you cannot go wrong if you follow these steps. So what I have done, I have already tapped glue the templates on like 4 drops of CA, and I pre-drilled the holes and put the chims in behind. 2 of them you have to bend so that they fit, because you have this angled wood on the back side of the engine mount as well. I'm ready now to just install the engine, but not completely. Only so that I can also test fit the cowl, so that I can cut it and that it will fit with the cylinder of the engine. I know by fact that the cylinder is a little bit big for the cowl. So what I'm going to do next is to cut out a piece of the bottom here. And I know almost exactly where to start cutting, and I will, of course, when I'm done cutting it, show you a picture here so that you can have sort of a reference if you use the same engine. If not, it's just you have to try. Make sure that you make small holes first, and then you can sort of fix it and make it look better afterwards, or make it bigger though. One of the things you can do is that you want this part of the engine, the hub, the propeller hub, you want that to be sort of 1 millimeter or 2 millimeter outside this cowl. This cowl has some irregularities. It's sort of a little bumpy, so perhaps I need to sand it down. I'm not sure. But another thing I can do, I can just put the engine a little bit further in front so that the propeller hub is sticking more out. But right now, if I do like this, I know sort of where to start cutting, and also take in consideration that you have the ignition system. But I will cut this, make some pictures, and you can see for yourself. There are many ways to do it, so I will do it my way. If you don't like it, you can try another way. And when it comes to fitting the cowling and knowing how to find the spots for these pre-mounted nuts, I will show you a clever way to do that later in the video. Another thing that you need to do if you have the DLE 55RA is that you need to cut a little piece of the engine mount here to here. And you can use a Dremel and just sand it in all the way. And I know how much I need to take away because I've done it before. And also I have test fitted the engine on the mount with the muffler, so I know exactly how much to take. Okay, so I'm done with the adjustments. I have removed the template from the motor mount or the engine mount, and I also did carve out the pieces of the cowl that I needed for the engine to fit, and here you can see how I have done that. I have some rubber listings that are going to go around here, which will make this beautiful, and of course that little smiley face on top here for cooling the bottom part of the cylinder, and this will cool, of course, the top part of the cylinder. The next thing I need to do is to figure out where to put a hole for the mufflers. because we do have some extensions for it. These tubes, these are a bit flexible, but I'm not sure yet how to fix the cowl for the exhaust, but I will take that as we go. For now, I'm just going to install the engine. I'm going to set a mark where the throttle link rod should be, and after that I will place the throttle servo inside the airplane, and of course figure out where the holes should be for the mounting screws on the airplane. And here is where that nice idea that I got a couple of years ago from a builder. He showed me how to perfectly fit the cowling without messing up the bottom of it. You only need 2 holes and you will hit it spot on. But for that I need the engine to be installed so that I can test fit the cowling before I drill the holes. Okay, so the engine is installed. Everything is almost ready to just fire it up, but we need to fit the cowling to the motor mount or the engine mount. So what I have done is that from factory they have made holes here, and there are sort of lock nuts on the other side. So you want to have the cowling to fit with these holes, and the easiest way to do that, and the trick that I learned, is to put some plastic. You can put hard plastic or soft plastic over them like this, so that you can use a marker and pinpoint the holes here on the plastic, and then put the cowling on so that it fits the way it should be, and then mark the cowling for the place where you are going to drill the holes. Double check that the cylinder is on the right place, which it is, and double check that the prop hub is correct, leveled with the cowling. And now I can drill the holes. So what I do, I take a sharp needle, or in this way drill, still making sure that the cowling is in place, and make a center point here like that. So next thing is just to drill the holes and do the test. And now you can see, after I drilled the hole and fitted the cowling, there are these chims that are a little bit curved with a rubber ring under them. There are 3 bolts that are going to fasten the cowling. There is going to be a spark plug here, and that spark hood for the ignition system. So I need to cut out a little bit more on the underside here, but I'm not going to do that now. So I'm going to mount the backside of the spinner to see that it's sort of aligned. You can rearrange those holes that you just drilled in the cowling by just widen them a little bit, so that you can adjust the cowling before you tighten it. That's not a problem at all. And the top screw, if the cowling is a little bit up, you can trim it out so it goes a little bit down, because you have a lot to play on here. So there's no problem at all. But I need to use a rim tool to make this hole a little bit bigger. Like that. Okay, so what I see is that I could easily have cowling a little bit in front here and slightly to the side, like that. Beautiful. So what I need to do is widen those holes underneath a little bit, not much, because then they are useless, and then I'm able to shift just a millimeter or 2 from side to side before I tighten them. And also I will put a chim in front here so that when I put the cowling on, it will be aligned with the spinner plates. And right now it is perhaps 1.5 millimeter to the left and 2 millimeters too much up. So by moving it like this, it is super perfect. So I'm very, very happy now. So I roughly cut this piece out of some plexiglass. This I want to use as the battery tray in the behind of the plane. I'm going to show you soon. One of the reasons is that I don't find any good place to have the batteries, and I know from the version 1 that it was a little bit nose heavy, so I'm going to see if I can fix that with having the batteries on the same place as I did with my version 1. In that one I used a plate as well for the battery and the receiver, but now I'm going to separate them, so I have the batteries for themselves and the receiver for itself. I'm going to let you guys take a peek inside the plane in just a little moment. I'm going to drill a hole in each corner and make sure that I use some good screws so I can easily replace it or remove it if it doesn't work out. So after some hours of fiddling around, I'm finally finished with the Skywolf version 2. It came out beautiful. What I can see is that when I took it out of the box, it started to wrinkle a little bit. That's natural because of the environment and the climate and so on. But before I'm going to take it out flying, I'm going to use a heat gun, and those wrinkles, they will be away right away. Other than that, problem-free assembly. There are some spots that you need to be careful about, and those we have talked about, and that is the servo mounts. Be careful when you are splitting them because they are made for smaller servos, but it is laser cut, but it's thick plywood, so when you are peeling off that extra piece, make sure that you are careful. The link rods took me about half an hour for the wings, and it works super great. I have set up flaps as aileron as a mix here, which I can control by a switch. I'm going to show you when I'm going around the plane with the camera. I haven't installed the ignition system yet. I just wanted to get this video out, and there is nothing that I can teach you or show you that you can't do by yourself. So the engine and everything you have seen, it's placed and it's fitted. The cowling is fitted. I'm happy about the gap from the cowling to the spinner plates. There are some goodies in this package. This one is for the air tube. So when this is in, the tank won't get any air, and it will be harder to start the engine. So when you are going out flying, you just pull this one. It's a little magnet and a rubber ring here. Then you're good to go. And of course, on the side, they have added also this fuel vent, which is beautiful. It's cool. A little gift from PilotRc, I think. And of course, I have my power save system, so I have the switches outside of the body, and I can choose to run 1 or 2 lipos at once, just in case one of them is dying. It will automatically switch to second battery. Thank you all for watching. I see you all soon again.